But now the whole bottom of our tank is covered. We've covered all the ends of that tape, so we know they're not going to peel off super easily. Hey guys, it's Tony from Pro Edge Paintball, and today we're going to be going over how to tape your paintball tank. One of the most popular ways to put a little grip on your tank, especially if you're using a 4500 round bottom tank like these here, where it's round and it's slick, is to use some like athletic or grip tape. And companies like Infamous and Planet Eclipse have released their own versions of it that look really cool. Like Infamous has this cool icon version, so it's like that Infamous skull a bunch of times in a bunch of different ways all over it. I think this one's pretty sweet. They also have one that just says Infamous over and over again in that spray paint font, like so it looks like a spray paint stencil like they used to do on the old guns and stuff like that. Then you have Pro DNA, you know, and that's just cool because you're like, I'm Pro DNA. And then Planet Eclipse has theirs with their iconic E logo just all over the place. These tapes are black with black and white. They look sweet. But how do you put the tape on there? And like, what's the best way? There's a bunch of different ways to do it. Like we've got this tank here where they did it and covered the whole, pretty much the whole bottle. And so you could do it that way. You don't necessarily have to. You could just put a couple of strips one way, then cross it, and then wrap around so it all holds together, and just do that. So you could always do that, but what we're going to go over today, we're going to wrap the whole bottom of this tank, and I'm going to show you the way I like to do it, because I like to put a strip and then the next strip overlaps it a little bit. That way there's no holes, there's no gaps in the tape, and I think that makes it look real clean. So let's get into it. We're going to be using the Pro DNA tape because this is John's tank and he wants that tape on his tank. So we're going to do it. We're going to open it up and we got this nice roll of tape. But while this tape can be torn, I definitely recommend getting a pair of scissors or snips. Makes it a lot easier, makes this job go way faster. So we're just gonna roll around on this tape until we find the end of it, which is right here, and we're just gonna peel it back. So what I like to do is I like to start right under the label where it shows like its hydro date and stuff like that, because I know I'm gonna get enough tape to cover the bottom of the tank, and then I know I have plenty of room to wrap like a row of tape around it to hold all that tape on the bottom in place to keep it from slipping. And I know I'm not going to cover up the label, so I don't have to peel it off if I go get it my bottle hydro tested. We're going to start down here and just work our way around. Really easy, really not a whole lot to it. Just going to pull it tight and down. Another thing you could do is cut a bunch of, like once you know about how long the strip needs to be, you could just cut a bunch of strips, and that way it makes it a lot easier to go to. But yeah, so there we go. There's our start, and we're just going to keep going from here. All right, so now the bottom of our tank is completely covered in tape. There's no gaps in it. And now all we need to do is make sure that this doesn't peel up. And we're going to do that by wrapping widthways around the tank with the tape. And that's going to hold it in place. Now I like to start again right under the label because that gives me a good starting point. I know it's going to be more or less straight, and then we just work around. We'll go a couple of times around because once Once would probably be enough, but I definitely don't want this work to go to waste. So I'm going to kind of spiral wrap it around there, probably about 2, maybe 3 times. So we're just now starting our third one. We should be good to go. One more time around. And there we go. We're back around to that label. We've crossed all the way across, so now let's just go ahead and cut our tape. And press that in. Give it a good press. You definitely don't want it coming loose. But now the whole bottom of our tank is covered. We've covered all the ends of that tape, so we know they're not going to peel off super easily. But yeah, that's really all you need to do, especially to just cover the bottom of it. And I think that's going to give you plenty of grip. This isn't really going to go anywhere when you put it on a gun. I think you're going to be good to go, and I think it looks pretty cool if you ask me. There's a bunch of cool options: Infamous, the Icon, the Planet Eclipse E, and then Pro DNA. 3 of them are from Infamous, one's from Planet Eclipse. You can find all of these online at proedgepaintball.com or come in store and we can definitely show them to you. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to shop us online at proedgepaintball.com. Thank you and have a wonderful day.